Hey, Richard, obviously not the way you guys wanted to start this season out, but how do you leave this game feeling just about the way things went today and the areas where you can make dramatic improvements going forward?
It just comes down to executing down the stretch. And, anytime you get a play, we got to knock the rust off some things, some communication things we have to do better. But I think overall, we feel good about where we are. They played a good game. They made some plays at the end. He made some plays with his legs that made it tough on it and compromised the defense. But I think it was a great learning experience for everybody, and it'll help us in the future.
Richard, you moved around the field, the formation a lot more today than you typically have. What's the impetus for that? Is it just you shadowing DeAndre on certain plays, or what goes into that decision?
No, I was playing to the open side, so it was wherever there was more field. That's the side I was playing to, and that was an adjustment that Coach Sala made.
Hey, Sherman, what was it like being out there today? No fans in the stadium, kind of quieter than what you're used to.
It was different. It was different in terms of communicating with one another and then hearing their communications and being locked into that. So it was kind of a cat and mouse game when it came to that, down to those plays. But it was definitely different. That when you're on the sideline making adjustments, you can't tell when a big play has happened or anything. Usually you can judge it off the crowd. But, it's one of those things. Everybody has the same circumstances, and we deal.
Hey, Richard. There was one of the Cardinals' late drives. DeAndre Hopkins got wide open for a long gain, and I'm wondering if there's anything you can tell us about what happened on that play. It looked like maybe there was some miscommunication.
Yeah, there was a miscommunication on both sides. It's just one of those things we have to address. The calls didn't get all the way through to everyone, so we had two sides playing two different coverages. So, anytime you have that, there's going to be a hole.
Hey, Richard, what does DeAndre Hopkins do to that offense? What other dimension does he provide? Particularly when he coupled with Kyler.
Honestly, he didn't bring much different, than they were already running. He's more sure-handed. He's a guy that's going to make the plays that are there and make the contested catches. But it wasn't like they put in new wrinkles for him and said, hey, we're just going to isolate him and give him the ball. Anytime. Even last year when they had a single to the X, that's where they're going. So it didn't matter if it was DeAndre Hopkins or Keyshawn Johnson or Larry Fitzgerald or Kirk. That's the way their offense is run. So in that regard, he's just a big time playmaker that they put in a spot that they use often.
I know that everybody's dealing with it, but is not having a you and kind of make it harder to.
I didn't get the question. Sorry, did I miss it?
Does not having preseason kind of set you up for a difficult start in week one? I mean, you guys, you haven't been tackling. Does it make it more challenging coming into this game?
Oh, no, that didn't change anything. I mean, preseason's the most unnecessary thing in the league, so I don't think that makes a difference. Most of the starters don't play very much in the preseason either way, so I don't think tackling was the big issue today. I think there was communication. There was some lapses in that that we just got to get cleaned up.
Last one.
Richard, with Kyler being an issue, it seemed like with his legs, just when you're out there defensively trying to defend that and you cover up the passing play and then he scrambles for a big gain, how frustrating is that from your perspective?
Well, it don't really make a difference to us. We just got to get him down. It's the frustrating thing when the refs makes calls when he's running the football and, guys are trying to go over him and trying to halfway tackle him and, you don't know when to take the chance to tackle him or let him run. So, that was a tough thing today. They got a 15-yard penalty on Kerry Hyder on a play where he's cutting back and he's making moves. And it's like, once you commit to tackling a guy and he's in the middle of a move, you don't know if he's going to the ground or he's staying up. So I think that was the thing that made it more difficult today.